Hey guys, welcome back. Once again, not on the trail today, catching up on some errands and also getting a few home videos done. Apologies for the sound. I will try and get a microphone for the DJI Osmo, DJI Osmo action camera, which is the most fantastic action camera I've had the pleasure of using. Thanks to the people on YouTube who put me onto this and other Instagrammers. I do love this camera. It's really improved the quality of the videos and seems to be outstripping the GoPro at the minute. But by the by, this is a quick video. I hope it's going to be quick to update you on what's in my pack these days and what you'll have seen in 2021 as I have been doing day hikes. I have never done a video on my loadouts for overnight trips yet. I probably will get around to doing that, but that's the big Kelty 90 litre that you'll see on the Pendle Way and the Rossendale Way videos. So this here is just my day pack. So this is for my day walks. These are just my 20 milers that you'll see quite often. So we'll go through it, we'll take everything out, just throw it down and explain why it's there. This has been modified since my last video as I've learned and bought new kit. This at the moment so far seems to be my preferred layout. I really feel very comfortable with this, and I always say on my videos when I talk about my kit, every single thing that I carry now gets used. There's nothing in there that's redundant. So although it looks like a massive pack, there's a reason for everything there and it's all been used, and I'm very glad to have it. So you'll notice that on the videos I'll wear this, and I also wear this on my waist. This by far is right at the top 10 of must-haves when I go hiking. The reason being is it gives me access to things that I don't want to have to stop and take my pack off to get to. So for example, we'll start here anyway. This little top compartment, this was off Amazon by the way, if you Amazon search hip pouch. There's loads of different types. I do recommend them. I do have a red pen for the map. Sometimes I re-annotate the map if it's a new trail, and I always carry covered in fluff. Just a basic little multi-tool pen knife kind of thing. It's not really that sharp, but that's about as far as I go with knives. I've had my rant about knives. I don't need a bushcrafting knife. I just need something like this, and usually it's just used for opening my coffee sachets. Sorry if you're a hardcore knife enthusiast, never really needed anything else. Yeah, so moving on. This front bit with the zip, cash, wonga. I always have spare cash there, coins and paper money. That's for the ice cream. Yeah, and quite often we might come across honesty boxes on big trails where maybe the kids of a house want to make a bit of pocket money. You'll see on the Hadrian's Wall video. And sometimes they'll leave things out, sweets, drinks. So I really want to pay for them. I like to contribute to things like that. And it's also a little treat on the trail. So cash, always try and carry cash unless I completely forget. In the front is this open zip. I leave this open, that's my mobile phone. And that is literally so I can just reach over, pull the phone out, check my navigation, check whatever else I need to. I usually check my social media because I'm rude like that when I'm on the trail, so it's very instantly accessible. I did put the map in there because there was nowhere else to put it, but my new pants have a map pouch which is quite handy. In the next compartment to that is the snack compartment, so I'll always have at least 3 cereal bars in there, and obviously you can see there the obligatory bear snack. So there again, that's so I don't have to stop walking, take my pack off to get to a snack. That, and then the rear compartment on there, it's quite cool this, and I've got a dodgy zip which isn't going to work, so I might be buying a new one of these. I have my little rag for taking the dampness off my face, wiping my face, and then I have my navigation bag, and in this you'll see from the other videos is a notepad, a pencil, a silver compass and some cheat sheets for Ordnance Survey maps so I can quickly look at symbols, remind myself how to take coordinates and things like that. And I always carry wired headphones in case my brain goes and I just need to switch off put my headphones on, get some music on or an audio book. I haven't had to do that for quite a long time now, because I do believe it's worth building some mental endurance when you're on the trail. But sometimes you're just not having a good day. And of course, my titanium ice cream spoon. And this is because with having a beard, I can't lick a cone without wiping it all over my face. It irritates the living daylights out of me. So I buy a tub, and they always have rubbish spoons. So I have a titanium spoon. Don't judge me. My ice cream spoon. Right, that's that. Put that to one side. That's the pouch, and I'll wear that on day hikes. It doesn't really work with the bigger packs. Kind of gets in the way. But on the bigger packs, they're usually on the hip belt pouches anyway, so I'll transfer the stuff to that. Right, so this is a 50-litre rucksack. Again, it's just an Amazon one. I didn't pay a lot of money for it. Not quite sure why you'd pay too much money for a pack. I haven't decided yet. I do like the look of Osprey ones, but I haven't decided yet. So we'll start on the outside, the externals, before going in. This on the front, I've attached myself, and it is just my Sawyer Mini water filter. In there is the filter, the bag. This is a bag, obviously when I've used it it's wet, so I'll put it in a food bag, and the spare food bags and my water purification tablets. Again, in my other videos you'll have seen me actually use this when I'm short on water. But that's the kit there. Again, it's on the front to make it easy to access, so I don't have to go digging through my pack to find it. Flask, day hikes, especially in winter, not necessarily in summer. Coming autumn, winter now, I will have a flask so I can stop and have a brew with my lunch. Hold in there. On the other side, everyone asks about the bright orange shovel. Come on hikers, you know what this is for. This is the poo shovel. It's not for shoveling poo, it's for digging a hole. That's all I'm going to say. On there I've also got, that was just some trail junk from Hadrian's, just a trophy. Doesn't do anything. My 2 sticks, always have my sticks with me. These are just cheap ones. I think I got them from Lidl. But whatever you want. They're always there, I always take them. This I mentioned on my last walk. Brilliant, love it. It looks like a baby's bottle, but it's not. It's a little water bottle I got on Hadrian's. Just filling this up between breaks is just enough to keep me going again. So I don't have to stop just to have some water. And I've had my rant about water bladders before. That's why I've not got one. So this was brilliant, I love this. And that just sits there. And the reason it's there is so that I can, as I'm walking, I can just get it out quite easily. Whereas a bigger bottle is much more difficult to take out and put back in. So put that back in there. That's those 2 sides. In this one, this pouch is one I don't use often, which is why I put my car keys in here. So everything in here I don't expect to use on the trail, but it's there for emergencies. I have the monocular. Again, I don't really use it as much as I should. I haven't decided about that. I always have a towel, microfiber towel in there. Sometimes when you fall, let's be honest, when you fall flat on your backside, you're covered in mud, or you get your hands dirty, you faff up, and you just want to wash yourself. That's what the towel's for. First aid kit. That's a custom first aid kit for me. It contains, amongst bandages and plasters, eye wash I think's in there, paracetamol, ibuprofen, KT tape, which is that sports tape, which is great for blisters, some scissors to cut the tape, and various bits like that. I think my bug net's in there as well. Things that I don't expect to use often, but they're there ready to get to, because obviously in an emergency I can get straight to that. And my waterproof pack cover. This is really good. This is Unigear off Amazon. Again, it was quite cheap. I've used it a couple of times now. 100% waterproof. I love it. Sometimes the waterproof covers really do let you down, and turn out not to be that waterproof. Again, I'll put that all back. It's quite easy to do. The monocular is quite handy. A lot of the time you're on elevated positions, and you just want to have a quick view, and something might draw your eye or your attention. You kind of like, I want to see what that is. I do recommend taking one. You don't need a full set of binoculars, but they're alright. They weren't that expensive. Again, Amazon. I shop a lot at Amazon. Kind of worth having. I enjoy having the option to see things afar off. Right, so this is a top pouch. Again, this is stuff that I want to get to quite easily without digging. So I've got a lot of things go in this bag. Number one, to stop it leaking into my bag, and number two, stop it getting wet. Straightforward, 50 plus sun cream, because I'm a pain for going out there and forgetting to put it on. So I've got it if the sun starts burning. And thanks to Alex, my apprentice at work, who put me on to Avon Skin So Soft, which is brilliant as a bug repellent. It also smells really nice. So if you start to get a bit funky, apply a bit, and it does work. And this really does work on midges, horse flies, things like that. There have been some flies that just don't care. Nothing I can do about that. That's that. Spare bags for rubbish. The RAV Power Pack, I talk about a lot. This is great. I don't know how many kilowatts or whatever it is of power it is, but fantastic. I've been using it for nearly 2 years now. Still going strong. In there I've got my iPhone cable and a standard micro USB cable, so I can charge my camera batteries. But also I can charge my phone, and this is something that I combine with my pouch if I need to charge my phone while walking. And again, if you watch the Rossendale Way video, you'll see me actually do it. And I think one of the Scott and Loop ones I do the same, so you can see how I use that. So that's, again, I want to be able to get to that pretty quick if I need to. And you should never, ever go on a hike without a good head torch. This is the Petzl. I don't know which model it is, it's one of the smaller ones. I don't keep the batteries in it, you'll see them rattling around, because I don't want the batteries to leak. It doesn't get used often enough, so I take the batteries out, and again, they're in a bag, and I have to remind myself to change the batteries every so often. I just bin them, get some new ones. So I'm not caught out. I used it once on either one, the Rossendale or the Pendle Way, they all blend into one. When I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I was using that. It works. That's that one. On we go. Main compartment, things I'm not going to use too often. This is my camera bag. This has got the batteries, the memory card and the chargers and the cables in. Doesn't weigh that much thanks to the Osmo being such a versatile camera. So in there, spare memory cards. I look at using one 64 gig card per day. That's what it works out at. So on a multi-day hike, I do have four memory cards. So if I know I'm going to be doing a 6-day solo, which I haven't done yet, I'm going to have to get some more cards. Always keep a baseball cap, and that's mainly keep the sun off the back of my neck if I need to, but it also helps if I wear it under the raincoat to keep the hood of the rain, you know, the rain hood out of my face, so the nib sort of lifts it up so I can still see. Bit battered, bit bruised. It's an old paintball one, that. Food bag. Yeah, this is my blue food bag. It's a waterproof sack just because it's convenient. And in here is my brilliant collapsible travel mug. I love this. This is fantastic. I can make the brew, screw the lid on, get on with all the chores, come back to my brew. Love it. Absolutely love that. Got it on the service station. You'll probably be able to find it somewhere if you want it. Always got tissues. Brew bag or spare. I always carry lots of spare Ziploc bags just for different bits and pieces. I've had people that I've been on the trail with who are like, oh, it's raining, my phone's getting wet. Give them one of these. They're only cheap. Yeah, so my brew bag. In there, decaf. These little bags are not hardcore cocaine. They're just decaf coffee with creamer. Because sometimes I want to brew, but I really do watch how much coffee I drink per day. Coffee is an addictive substance. I love it. I have always thrived on coffee, but if you start drinking too much of it, it has an adverse effect. It can cause anxiety and depression, which is something I deal with by reducing the amount of actual caffeine I take during the day. Helps me manage my mental health. So I like to have decaf just so I can have a hot, tasty drink. But I do have for my lunch, I do have my 2 sachets that I always have. There are tea bags in there, different flavours, and a protein powder shake. Because if I've had a particularly strenuous hike, I do like to take some protein supplements so I can capitalise on muscle growth. Yep, that's that. And because this is my food bag, I do have these cool, basically kids cooking utensils, but the perfect size. Wooden spoon, wooden chopping board. Very handy to have if I'm camping. I just don't take them out. This is a titanium spork because sometimes I have noodles, so it's not like the ice cream spoon. It's got little tangs at the end, little prongs. So I keep that in there. What else we got going on? Yeah, so emergency rations. These are the last resort. I usually tend to end up giving these out to people who are struggling, who are flagging. That one is a particular crowd favourite. Romney's chocolate covered Kendall mint cakes, a bit like an after 8. That reminds me, I need to give one to Daniel tonight. I'm sure he was asking about it. And then one of these full of hydrogenated fat and chemicals, just a chocolate covered flapjack. And how much energy per 100 gram? 400, yeah, so you're talking for 120 grams, about 500 grams of energy, which is brilliant, just to give someone a bit of an extra boost. I don't dip into the emergency rations that often. Squeezy cordial, because I don't flavour my water, because I want my water to be useful. But if I fancy it, I'll just put it in a cup and enjoy some of that. And some wipes just for cleaning. That's that. Won't bother putting that away. Normally I'd have a can of Kyle. Oh, Kyle energy juice, man. But I haven't today because I bought a crate of 12 cans of Lucozade Energy. I haven't decided on these yet. I've had one on the trail, whereas Kyle gives me a sort of mental boost, where I kind of feel like I can get on with the trip. This didn't really, but I kind of felt like it kept me going. Must be doing something, surely. So I have these. These are the plan for having this is to give me that last minute boost. I don't plan on drinking it every time, but there are times at the end of a trail or coming towards the end, you've got the last few miles and your brain is just gone and you just want to go home. And this can give you a little bit of a kick just to get going again. So yeah, using chemicals, take it or leave it. I do recommend it, having something there. Don't feel you have to drink it, stick to your water, but if you do feel your morale's flagging, I recommend it. Little bag, again waterproofed, hat, gloves and spare socks. Must. Sometimes your feet get damp, you just want to revitalise them with some dry socks. And on the Wainwright's part 1 video, and that was September, I did end up wearing my hat, glove and scarf because I was quite high up, nearly 3,000 feet. Of course I tend to buy these in still water, whatever brand you want, 1.5 litre bottles. I tried 2 litre bottles, it just took up most of my pack. So I usually have 2 of these, for 3 litres normal water, unflavoured. It's just convenient to buy them in a crate, they're only cheap, rather than filling them myself. And I have a big bin bag, it's like a garden rubble sack bag. And in here, at the moment, is just my spare sweater, if the temperature drops. I don't tend to wear it on the trail to begin with. And the fact it's in one rubble sack is just so if I do have a particular rainy day, all these things I've just pulled out can go in there like a bag liner. Underneath that, moving down the bag, is this guy. I do need to find a more compressible version. You can see how big that is. It's my down jacket. It's a cheap one. The brand was sun dried. I think it was called £30. Don't see the point in paying a lot of money for this. I really don't. It rarely ever comes out. Again, like the hat, scarf and gloves, it's just if the temperature drops. I have worn it, I do wear it. It does the job. And if I got too cold, I can put my waterproof jacket over the top. I know there's people who buy Rab ones for £300, £200. Don't see the point. Although they're well made, they're not durable, they're not rugged. So the slightest scuff, the slightest scratch on a bramble or something is going to rip it right open. So for me, cheap and cheerful, £30, that's as much as I'm prepared to pay. I could just do with it the ones that compress down smaller because it's taking up quite a bit of room in my bag. Getting towards the end now. Waterproof coat, again, I don't want to... Someone mentioned this on Instagram, whether to wear coats or not. I know you'll see Tim on some of my hikes, he refuses to wear a waterproof coat even if it's pouring down. I don't like being uncomfortable up here. I like this to stay dry because it's my core body temperature. If this starts getting wet and the wind comes in and it starts to cool, it's going to cool my body down. So if nothing else, I will carry the upper body. Don't bother with the pants generally because my trousers will dry quick. but this will keep my core body temperature right. It's regatta, it was from the range, and it was 15 to 20 pounds. Some people say, you know, buy the Arcatrex or whatever they're called, 100, 200 pounds. They're breathable, there's no condensation. This you'll get condensation. Not drawn any conclusions yet. We'll see how things go, whether it's worth investing in some serious waterproofing. My gaiters, love these because high grass, dewy mornings, soaked feet, soaked pants, they do the job. Love them. Again, not expensive. And last but not least, this is a piece of EVA matting from work. I asked permission from my boss if I could cut myself a piece. Flexible, lightweight, it's used in horse areas because obviously we make horse boxes. We use it in horse areas, it's waterproof, there's nothing, you can smash it, cut it, whatever. It's a sit pad, and the thing about EVA matting is it's very insulated. So you sit on a rock, put this on down, and it feels really warm, strangely warm. I know Tim got himself one, and I've got one. Brilliant. If you can get your hold of something like this, or something similar, cut yourself a piece and put it in the water bladder part of your pack, and that'll do that. So yeah, there you go. Explanation as lots. So you might be wondering, on this side is an emergency whistle, but it rattles a lot, that's why I've tucked it under there. I hope I never have to use it. It's just there for that purpose. So you can, if you're, you know, fall off something, you're incapacitated, you can blow the whistle. It's easy, and the idea being that rather than shouting, which obviously requires a lot of energy, can harm your throat, and obviously you'll give up sooner. You can blow a whistle and it will get people's attentions, hopefully. But yeah, let's just hope none of us have to use it. And then on this side, this, to the observant person, is the symbol mainly seen, it's St. James's, I think it's oyster shell, isn't it? And mostly associated with the Camino de Santiago, the big trail in Spain. Oh, I'm butchering the geography again, aren't I? Take my word for it. Saw this when someone I knew, Abby Barnes, a YouTuber, her dad walked the Santiago, the Camino, and you carry this to show that you're a pilgrim, and it gets you access to certain places. So that obviously, the pilgrim hiker, is why I've taken this symbol, and I wear this because I'm a pilgrim, spiritually and physically. This was found, this just reminds me of Bergen Sands, I think it was, on Hadrian's Wall, the most unfriendly town we'd ever encountered, where even the church turned us away. So this was literally sat on the sign as we left the town. So I thought I had to have that as a reminder. So yeah, so I don't know what it is, a little heart with googly eyes. So it just reminds me about that town and that trip. So yeah, these are little tokens that I just have there swinging. So that's it. Hope that clarified a few things. Maybe you were wondering. A little button on the front from Frederick's Ice Cream from one of my trips. I do like little things like that, little trinkets, little knickknacks. And there you go. The bag itself has stood up marvellously well. It's been going for a couple of years now. There's no loss of stitching where I thought there might be. There's no damage, there's no rips, no breaks, nothing's coming apart, and all the zips still work. So I was kind of like well chuffed, and very loath to change bag. So there you go. Anyway, sorry for rambling on, guys. Hope that was useful to you. Hope you've seen some things in that kit's loadout that maybe made you think you could do with. As usual, I've highlighted things that I think are essential, non-negotiable items, but you make your pack suit yourself. When you put this on, you should feel like you've got your little home away from home, because that then gives you the confidence to tackle challenges, knowing you've got all the kit on your back. So anyway, guys, I'm going to put this all back together because I'm out tomorrow, and I will see you next time on the trail.